Do you hear? You always get like a whine.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put these on charge. Yeah, my Meta. We should be getting. This is not an ad. This should be an ad. And now, I think. I mean, I assume that's how it works.
I mean, POV.
Yeah, the dream.
The sun is shining, the golden days are back.
We're back, baby!
We are down in Monaco. When I posted on social media that I was coming back down here, the comments were all the golden years, the supercars on the driveway, top marks. And whilst we can't relive that in March, we do have a very spicy Aston Martin Vantage to play with for the day, courtesy of Aston Martin Monaco. So we're going to take this up to the hills and answer the question, is it worth the money?
I don't know yet.
This car has got big numbers in comparison to the previous generation Vantage, and I cannot wait to find out whether this is a Turbo S AMG GT McLaren Artura rival.
Oh, it's starting to pop.
We're warming her up. It is quick.
Mate, it feels really nice. Tell you what, the V8 suits it really well.
Yeah, the sound is epic.
But it does definitely... Well, no, it does actually. I was about to say, it doesn't... As you go up the rev range, it doesn't sound increasingly better. It sounds really good when you're kind of around town and you get that burbly V8. But actually... No, it does sound really good. I'm saying... I'm totally wrong in what I'm saying, actually. Come to think about it.
I feel like the quality in here, and even how planted it feels on the road as well, is a massive step up from the previous generation.
It feels much more adult, almost, and just much more proper, grown up. There you go. Everything does feel really good quality, you're right.
I do have a slight issue with the wing mirrors. They just feel droopy and a little bit floppy, like the angle of them.
Yeah,
it feels like they
is
should be like, they should just go up a tiny bit.
You see it more when you're looking at the one like further away.
Look at it.
There you go. Yeah. They are cool because they're frameless.
Yeah, but
droopy frameless, yeah.
So we're gonna do a few flybys here and then head up further into the mountains, and then I'm gonna have a go. But initial impressions are, feels a lot tighter, it feels a lot more grown up, feels way more premium, and
is it
massive
enough?
Step up.
Yeah, it's a big step up, but so's the price.
Starting in a very picturesque location. It's not quite the tarmac, the setup required to really exert the Vantage to its full potential.
Ooh, you're very, very close.
Am I?
Yeah.
Hold on. He can definitely get round me.
Not there. This is a great intro to your video, Paul. He's going back down to the corner, I think.
You put me on this road.
Well, yes.
Oh
my god, there's a truck. Let us show you what we're now looking at. This is what we're dealing with. Look at that. There's no way we're getting through there. No. Oh, actually, you can get past him now. Look there. Yeah, you're good. You're good on this side.
This guy, he's going to drive into the curb.
That's it. Don't know why I'm speaking Italian to him. We're in France.
I'm not getting past him.
He needs to move forward a bit. Wait, bit left. Yeah, now straight. Straight.
Lucky this has got the carbon exterior pack, Seb.
Straight.
Yeah, we're good. Aston Martin, I feel like, are coming out swinging for the likes of Porsche, Mercedes AMG, And in essence, Ferrari and McLaren now, like properly, not just on the F1 track,
Yeah.
but on the road as well.
Yeah, against the Artura and the Roma, I guess
Yeah.
would be the two.
Well, yeah, Turbo S, the new AMG GT, and they're all priced around this 200, 250 spec'd up, which obviously is a huge jump up from where original 2018 Vantage started life.
It's a massive jump up.
But 656 brake horsepower.
I have the price of this one here in euros, which is not interesting to you. But you know what? I'm going to add some editing for you. You're going to put the converted price up on the screen when I read it.
Carry on.
Base price, 199,700 euros.
Yeah.
Total in options, 84,150 euros. On-road costs, whatever that is, 3,200. This car cost 287,000 euros.
It's quite high. It's quite a lot.
Yeah, that is a massive amount. So by the way, I've just read that I'm not sure this is the right sheet for this car. This is Onyx Black.
It does feel like an incredibly well-planted masterpiece on roads like this. And do you know what? I was doing a little bit of reading as we were collecting this car from Aston Martin Monaco, and what I loved about what Aston Martin had really tried to dial into this car is low speed feel and emotion, which a lot of people forget, and they build these out and out weapons that only really come into their own at high speed and when you're properly on it, and they almost dial out any sort of sense of feel at low speed so that you're effortlessly cruising around as if you could daily drive it, very much like the McLaren 750S or the Artura. Like when you're in that car and you flick it into hybrid mode, electric mode, it is the most chilled, easiest go-kart supercar to daily drive. So Aston Martin actually thinking, how can we make the suspension, the steering, all of the touch points of the driver and give them a little bit more emotion that every time they get in it, no matter what the journey, it feels special.
For sure.
And I definitely felt that when we got in this car and we cruised out of Monaco, because you got that rumble of the V8. You could feel the road around you, and there were just some really, really special moments.
It has a sense of occasion.
At 15 miles an hour, you're like, this is epic.
Yeah, I think that's also like, especially towards a Turbo S. Turbo, you're not really ever going to beat Porsche at their own game of making like a better all-rounder than a Turbo S. It's perfect. But where you can beat Porsche is making it more of a sense of occasion. So it'll be just as kind of complete as a package, but then it will feel more special in the materials inside, the way it smells, the way you interact with everything you're touching, the way it looks every time you get in and out of it, the way it sounds at low speed. And I think they've actually done that really well.
The Porsche Turbo S is like a super fast supercomputer that does the job exactly how you expect it to.
It's a Swiss Army knife, yeah.
And this is just a slightly less capable, but very stylish.
Yeah, I mean, and even is it less capable? I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was driving it earlier, I'm like, I mean, maybe it is, but with all these new modern supercars, it's like I almost don't care about the performance more.
Oh, finally out of the town. I was actually going to say that you can see the evolution far beyond a facelift with this car. For starters, the interior is night and day from where Aston Martin were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you've got buttons that can... Oh yeah, okay. Even though this is rear-wheel drive, it covers tarmac so quick. And the weight distribution just allows you to feel the weight over the rear wheels. You don't ever feel like it's twitchy. You don't ever feel like 650 brake horsepower is just going to light the rears up and you're just going to drift around the corner. But
it's got so much torque.
Like a train. clouding over. This is a fantastic road sports car, and that goes back to why we were saying that actually comfort seats are all you need, because the moment you get the carbon seats, they're so less forgiving that you'd probably feel a lot more of the road. We're currently in the sort of medium setting on the suspension, but it does make a big difference when you then put it into proper track mode. Look, there we go.
Oh.
That is quite a lot. That is quite a lot.
You'll see, because we're driving the Vanquish tomorrow.
Yeah.
This feels, to me at least, you need to drive them back to back to really feel, but it feels considerably more harsh on the suspension than the Vanquish.
And now
so
completely.
Now it's nice, but even in its comfort mode. So if you had the carbon buckets as well, it may just be, yeah, you can turn around here. It may just be a little bit too overkill. Oh! Do you hear it? You always get like a whine.
Yeah.
If I could just crack this window open a bit. Oh!
We were a little bit nervous that the exhaust system had lost a bit of character. Because there's a fine line between engineering the crackles in so that you get bored of them after every downshift, but then not dialing them in so much that you forget that they're even potentially there. But we're here.
You heard it from outside as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
I haven't heard it from outside yet. But from outside, you were saying that because you don't know in today's cars anymore how much is actual real sound or. I quite like that the cracks are like not predictable.
Yeah, that's the best thing. It feels so much more authentic.
Yeah.
Because now, view. Yeah, the noise is intoxicating. I think the biggest takeaway for me with this car is exterior-wise, vast improvement. Beautiful.
Bellissimo.
The spec on this as well is very, very cool. Would I have it? No. But that satin bronze at Aston Martin Monaco is the one that I would have. Inside, this is game changing, and I'm sure there are hundreds, if not thousands, of YouTube videos saying finally Aston Martin have done something about their interiors. But then it's the little touch points, like these paddles here are super
super
premium.
cool, aren't they? Yeah.
The steering wheel itself is super chunky, so you really feel like you can wrestle with this car, and it's almost BMW-esque. It is a lovely feel through the steering wheel and the front end. Is it worth the price tag? I mean, in today's world, it's got to be.
That's the thing, it depends kind of what you're comparing it to. If you're comparing to other new cars, which you have to compare it to, they're all so expensive now, because cars have gotten more expensive. If you're comparing it to what you could get for that money
in the
used car market, then it's a whole different conversation.
Well, you can get a 2018 Vantage for what, 65, 70 grand in the UK?
Really?
So what? This is over 3 times that.
If it is the price of that random spec sheet that we picked
up. Oh, there we go! Aston Martin Crew!
What was it, a DB11?
Yeah, I still love the DB11.
Yeah, you've always loved the DB11. It never quite did it for me.
I nearly bought one.
The DB11 it was never a car that like really, I don't know, never did it 100%, but.
I love this. I really feel
it's cool.
This is one of the best driver's cars for the road that I've driven, because there is a grey area where manufacturers are now making a track biased road car. I'm not comparing this to a 992 GT3.
No,
I'm not comparing it to
yeah.
any of these lightweight sports cars. This is a fantastic sports car that in 2025 I believe, commands the price tag that it's got.
Wow.
But
Big words coming from Paul.
in 18 months' time, my God, this is going to be a great car for 150 grand.
Yeah, very true. And also, they will make a more track version of this. There will be like an AMR. Yeah.
Skirt! Whoop, whoop, whoop! Yeah, you can be Asbo James Bond as much as you can be suit and tie turning up to an evening event.
Yeah.
But the Vantage is very much a dialed in sports car.
I really like it.
Yeah, this is cool.
For a second there, I thought you were going to slide it. I was like, what is he doing?
Not entirely sure how windy this is going to be, but we have found a beautiful hairpin that if I was here in my M3, I might be needing some new rear tyres.
Yeah, look at this. It's the perfect drift corner.
Unbelievable. But we've parked the Aston Martin up because we've probably got to say goodbye to this car in the next hour or so, so it's time to get back to Monaco.
Sad
Sadly.
times, but we've had an amazing day.
Not a bad way to start our adventures here in Monaco.
Welcome back.
On maybe what is going to be the only dry day.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Which is why we decided to have this car for today.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to do the driving up here, whereas the Vanquish, we could, if we wanted to, poodle around Monaco, do a couple
We
of
just
laps. and have
we
a
can
look at-
cruise in the Vanquish, but it would be a
Exactly.
shame because I've been lucky enough to drive it before. I think you'll be surprised by how sporty that is too.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know whether you think this car right here is worth the price tag. It's a big price tag, but it is a pretty impressive car. Let me know in the comments. I will see you soon, guys. Take care. Goodbye.